We are modeling with sinusoidal functions. Hugo's bike's tire has a piece of gum on it. The distance, g sub t, in centimeters between the gum and the sidewalk as a function of time in seconds can be modeled by a sinusoidal expression of the form a times sine b times t plus d. At time 0, the gum is halfway between the ground and its maximum height at 35 centimeters. So let's go ahead and start drawing this. So at time 0, so here's 0 time. At time 0, the gum is halfway between the ground and its maximum height at, and this is telling you that's where it's at. It's at 35 centimeters. So it's a little bit tricky how this is worded. At time 0, comma, at 35 centimeters. So this is at 35 as our midline, basically. So this is our midline, which is, in this case, they're calling it little d. That's the position of the midline. The gum reaches its maximum height at 70 centimeters from the ground. So that's our max. That's at 70. From the ground, pi over 20 seconds later. Okay, so it maxes out right there, and then it has that sine curve to it, all right, where this is our 0 on the ground, all right? So let's see, maybe let's go ahead and get rid of that t. This is at 35, all right? And this is at time 0. All right. So let's go ahead and use this information to find g sub t. And that's what they want, is what's the function in this form. All right. So first, the amplitude. What's the amplitude here? What's the distance between the midline and the maximum? Well, that's also 35, right? So you just subtract these, or you can go this way, either way. So this is 35. Our midline was 35. They told us that. It's halfway between the ground and its maximum height. There's the ground. There's its maximum height. And then it has this one maximum right here. So sine starts at 0, hits a max, hits that 0 again, or that midline, goes down and then up. All right, so then this is our period right here. How do we know what the period is? How long does it take to repeat itself? Well, it had a max at pi over 20. So that means every pi over 20, it's having one of those important points. And then after 1, 2, 3, 4 pi over 20s, we repeat ourselves. So our period is equal to 4 times pi over 20. 4 goes into 25 times, so this is pi over 5 for our p. All right, so our p formula is p equals 2 pi over b, and they're using little b. I like big B, so I don't confuse it with a 6. And then our period is pi over 5 to find our b. So this is 2 pi over b, and then we would multiply, or I like the reciprocal trick, so I'll just flip both sides. 5 over pi equals b over 2 pi. And then I'll multiply by 2 pi, multiply by 2 pi, and the pi's cancel here. And I got 2 times 5 is 10 equals our b. So that's the little b right here. So let's see how we did. So I got 35 sine 10 times t plus 35. So 35 sine, oh, that's not sine, sine of 10 times t, t, and then a lot of times they like that in parentheses, so let's just go ahead and put that in parentheses. And our last B is plus 35. Got it. All right, so we just have to break these down one at a time and piece them out with the information they give us.